Going live to a black screen.
Okay.
Okay. And there it is. There it is. I finally fucking figured it out.
You've done it.
That was ridiculous, is what it was. But we're here. We're finally here now that I have my life together. So
I knew we could do it.
yeah, sorry about that. It took me a second to get my life together. Anyways,
No sweat. It's gonna take me a second to set this up to look not weird. So
that's all right.
You know,
I won't do anything crazy in the meantime. We can just kind of jump into it here because I think everybody can kind of see what we're doing. We're gonna play some Starfield. We'll talk about Starfield. Some Starfieldception, I guess.
Starfieldception.
You could say. Tim will be here at some point, which is part of the reason why we're doing this because I don't want him to fuck up my cameras.
Yeah.
So, but he's closing tonight. So, I got my character Chester Franklin here that I made up.
Chester Franklin.
Yep, he is a gangster.
A legend.
From Neon.
Neon.
Yeah, he's one of the cities that I still haven't been to yet. And my third perk, or whatever you could say. Sorry, I punched my headphone. My third perk, I guess you could say, was I took the wanted perk. Oh no, I took wanted. I took alien DNA, and something else. I don't remember. But as you can see, I have 34-ish hours in the game. After the long weekend kind of thing.
Yeah.
Long weekend for me. And so obviously this is what I've been playing lately. Justin, before Starfield came out today, were you playing anything else? Did you jump in Sea of Stars at all? Or no?
Yeah, I started it, but I've probably played only as much Sea of Stars as I have Starfield, which is very little.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. I also want to point out I am only level 18 and I have 30 something.
Only 18.
Yeah. Yeah, so Starfield, man. I know you just started playing it today. What are your, I guess, first impressions, really, kind of thing? You like it? You love it? You hate it? Want to buy?
My first impression of the game was looking down at the floor and not seeing my feet and getting really mad about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Why? Why?
True. Oh, hey.
Where are my feet?
I wanted to show you something. I really liked that picture you put in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the photo mode in this game is pretty fun. I like all the little filters and stuff.
Yeah, even I have... actually go to like my photo gallery. Even I've been playing with it.
Oh, you took a bunch.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The like sci-fi novel look.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. It's
that looks great.
But yeah, like you can see, like I was fucking around. This is like spoilers for anybody who hasn't fucking played the game. This is kind of like the whole thing where you get your powers or whatever. It's super fucking cool. Here's a fucking... I found a mech graveyard, and this was in...
What the fuck?
It was a dude who's disassembling mechs or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Like, there's just a lot of really cool... This is that first planet before, like...
Oh, sure.
So I came back later on, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then, because I hadn't messed with photo mode or anything like that. Yeah, but something I really like about this... Oh, I also did this one. The flight manual.
Nova Galactic. Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah. There's just a lot of... There's just a lot... There's so much to this fucking game, man.
What a beautiful landscape.
This is the planet that New Atlantis is on. I went off like exploring the planet one night. I literally spent probably like 5 hours just running around this planet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was just running around doing whatever. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, we kind of got off track already. So your first impressions, you can't see your feet. Anything else? Sorry.
I thought the character creator was alright. And I had fun making my little character. I will say I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, and the mouse and keyboard integration sucks. It feels super clunky and bad.
So I started on mouse and keyboard. I actually prefer mouse and keyboard over a controller because there's more options that are more easily accessible. Oh. So like there's ways to get through because there's so many menus in the game. there's like I can just hit M and it'll bring me to the fucking like over.
Oh yeah, instead of
overfilled
like
map.
your radial thing where you have like the 5 directions to aim and select.
Yeah. Like I gotta go all the way through that kind of stuff. So in some ways I prefer it, in other ways I don't.
Look at you playing third person.
Oh yeah, I always play. What the fuck are these things, dude? Oh shit! What
Do you know? I noticed that I was using melee weapons primarily because I started as a chef, and if you play in first person, your attacks are different than if you play in third person.
Like the swings.
In third person, you kind of lunge forward when you melee attack.
Yeah.
In first person, you don't do that at all.
Really?
Which I thought was weird. Yeah.
That is kind of weird. But what the hell?
Oh, that's another thing that another first impression of mine was when you I didn't notice it for a while, but so I'm playing in first person. So eventually I just felt like my sensitivity was off or something. Like it felt like I was really whipping around and like I couldn't like see a lot of stuff around me. So I tried lowering my sensitivity and I was like, no, I still feel like, oh, you know what it probably is my field of view is too small. I got to change my field of view. So I go into the settings and there isn't a field of view setting in this game.
There is not. It is one of the
in the year 2023.
Yeah, it is one of the issues.
There's not a field of view setting.
That's part of the reason why I like to play third person, because I can see so much more of the fucking game this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to play first person because it's a little more immersive, you know?
Yeah.
But I need that larger field of view, which, you know, most games accommodate. But Starfield, the new Bethesda game from the studio, Bethesda, in the year 2023 did not have this feature. I had to, when I mentioned this to you, you're like, oh, there's a mod for that.
There is. You think I'm joking?
Of course there is. No, I don't think you're joking. I just think that that's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad for Bethesda.
It is, and I don't know. I like. There's already like I was just looking at it beforehand, so I'm playing through Game Pass, right? And there's already like mod collections of like you can get a mod collection pack of 60 mods that are like quality of life enhancements or whatever. Man, somebody.
What is that? Is that like something through Xbox?
No, so you it's through Nexus mods still, right?
Okay.
And so Nexus mods, I don't know if you remember, but they went to like that collection that like you can download collections or whatever. And if you pay for their premium or whatever, which is what I do when I'm really like modding Skyrim and having fun with that.
Yep.
You can just auto download these collections, kind of thing, and it'll automatically install in the correct files and all that other kind of stuff or whatever, so you don't have to do it manually. Yeah, people have collections already of mods for this game. Like I saw one that was 60.
Oh, for sure.
And I was like, that's a lot. But then I don't know. I saw that thing and I started in the chat. I think there's already over 600 mods for Starfield, and there's been like 2.2 million downloads already. Like they already have Sky UI in here.
Yep.
Like in Starfield, basically, like it's crazy what they've done already.
It's interesting because the modder community for Bethesda games has always been very big and active, so it's like it's kind of like a fucking gold rush, right? Like who's gonna make the new best mod for this game and like get all this clout,
right?
Are you a boxer? Is that what your build is?
That's why I went gangster, because it gave me boxer. And then it also gave me shotguns. I literally have a shotgun that weighs half a pound.
It took me a long time to settle on the ground that I wanted. I wish there was an option to just like choose 3 skills to start with. Yeah. Instead of being locked into these random presets.
Yeah.
Because none of them were like the 3 things that I wanted.
Turn the turrets against them.
Oh, the technology.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Do a little security work here.
Actually, not even. You can do that with zero skill and security.
Oh, you just access the terminal.
Yeah, it just lets you access the terminal. That's actually one of my overall complaints about the game. Is like some of the stuff which in like past games I would say like Fallout would be harder to do. They're just like, nah, fuck it, whatever, and they just let you do it.
Interesting.
So I don't normally do stuff like that, like the whole turret thing, but I was gonna fucking die if I kept trying to do all that shit. I do like to main as like melee, right, with like unarmed.
Yeah.
So I'll go into my skills here real quick. So I'm up to rank 3, and so I got to kill 100 enemies unarmed, which is gonna take a while, but
yeah.
well, because the further I've gone in the game, the harder it is to do this.
Right.
Unless
your enemies are getting harder.
Well, kind of. It's more like if I don't just fully focus on physical, like with my wellness and increasing my health, and then I could do pain tolerance, which reduces physical damage, and then martial arts or whatever, which increases my unarmed attack or melee attacks and stuff like that. Like if I don't just like focus on this, it makes it really like it doesn't scale super well, kind of thing. Especially because like I still have I have guns. I meant to get this capture this the other day. I'm level 18, right?
Okay.
And I think I was talking about this. One of my number one complaints is how the enemy levels don't really matter a whole lot, because I'm level 18. I have, no joke, melted level 40 enemies with certain weapons, kind of thing. So, and it's just like, meh, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a whole lot to it. So, but, yeah, no, so do you like the game overall, or just kind of like you just have some small
I don't know, dude. It's still pretty fucking early.
Yeah, so I will say
I haven't really done much. I've killed a couple of pirates with an axe. That was kind of fun. The melee combat, of course, is not sophisticated. I was surprised to see the bodies rigged all so crazily. That seemed goofy to me. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to play some more. I started like 7 quests in New Atlantis or whatever, and I haven't done any of them, but it's all interesting stuff, you know. It's all interesting enough to make me want to see it through.
Right. Let's play it for a little bit. Yeah, so this game is very interesting because I 100% am in the camp. This game gets better the more you play it, because you have access to more things, you can do more stuff, kind of deal. That it just allows you to, like, it just opens up so many more like possibilities. So even though like that whole turret thing I just did was very easy for me to do right now, there are things like with your ship and like building it and all that kind of stuff. There are certain, I don't know if you looked at the piloting skill, but it unlocks you the ability to fly certain classes of ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like the more
after you destroy X number of enemy ships, then you can put your perk point into it.
Yeah. So are you not a fan of that? Because that's
no, I think that's stupid.
So I don't.
It makes the leveling up really not exciting.
I guess I don't mind it. But I do feel like maybe it artificially makes the leveling take longer. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because the leveling doesn't matter, right? It's just putting your perk points where you want them, and it slows down putting the perk points where you want them.
Yeah, I wish there was other ways to get perk points other than leveling. I haven't seen anything like that yet. But that is something I've wished for, because I would like more perk points.
Yeah, I haven't felt that way yet.
I just want to, it's just like, I want to do more things. Yes, Tim is here.
We should let Tim
can you guys hear me?
Introduce himself. Yes.
Now. Yeah. What's up, bud? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry, I'm at work just going through the closing process. But yeah, Starfield, it's eaten my life. I finally am getting good at piloting, and which is interesting. I have learned. So, have you guys played around much with the ship comp?
No.
I have, yeah.
I'm like an hour in the game.
Okay. So the ship combat, the biggest tip that I can give you is I was making a mistake of playing the ship combat like I do combat in other Bethesda games, which is like just straight up bigger number better. My gun bigger, I kill you, but that's not it. You get good at using asteroids for cover, and it works so much better. I'm literally like flying circles around asteroids, blowing up pirate ships now. It's so fun.
Oh, I just I hit the thrusters and get behind them and annihilate them. That's all I do. I literally just fly straight at them and then turn and then just fucking shoot the shit out of them. And
do you guys find yourselves managing your ship's subsystems while you're in combat, or you just kind of set it into what you like and go?
Early on, I definitely had to manage it more, but since I'm now doing the Vanguard quest line and I've gotten better Vanguard exclusive like weapons and stuff, I am having to manage it less because I found a gun that I just personally love on the ship because it doesn't get
Oh god.
So
Domo
I basically just put all my time
big robot.
The other stuff's there just for show.
Oh brother.
Yeah, I don't manage mine a whole lot personally.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that it was in there because it reminded me of Star Wars Squadrons. Changing around your power systems is a really big part of that game, moment to moment, and it makes the combat very dynamic.
Right.
And I feel like just looking at the system, it looked like something similar here in Starfield.
So you can mess with it if you need to, but I've found I don't normally need to. I'm really gonna just be like, yep, like this is it. This is what I needed at, and then I just fucking go to town. What the hell? How did none of these fit? Except for that guy.
I like the lockpicking. I think it's interesting.
I've messed with it quite a bit.
Mess with which? The ships? Hello?
We'll never know.
I'm having all kinds of issues. Yes, messed with the ships a lot. In fact, I'm going to show you guys what I can get home or on my laptop. I'm going to put in the chat a picture of my ship. It is now just a massive arrowhead-looking motherfucking thing. It's great.
Some Star Destroyers.
Just covered in guns, and it's so cool. And it's just a Frontier. It's just your starter ship that I have just modified the hell out of. I haven't bought a new ship. I did unlock another ship that I can't pilot yet because my piloting skill is too low. But I went into this game thinking I'm not really going to mess with ships. It's just going to be a way to get me from A to B. And I did that for about 20 hours. And for the last 20, I've been splitting my time more between the ground combat and the ship combat. And oh my god, after a certain point, with your ship, it's so satisfying. I really am loving ship building and the ship combat and all of it. Like it's not a space sim, and I think it's funny. A lot of the negative reviews I've seen on Steam have been like, "If you want to go space sim, just go play Game for Assistance." And I'm like, bro, it's a Bethesda RPG with ship sim mechanics in it, with space sim mechanics in it. I'm happy with it. I think that for having everything else to have in it, I love that. That's fair.
So we got.
I think I know what you mean.
About 40% of that, but I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I've seen some really cool custom ship designs. I've seen like 50 Millennium Falcons, which has been great.
Oh yeah, those things are.
Yeah, it seems like customizing your ship is a lot of fun.
Ooh, pick 30.
Oh, look at you with your hat. Oh, brother.
Yeah. Here's
real cowboy energy.
Here's my. This is what I wearing this.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You are the law.
Me being connected is not good tonight. I have a question. Are you going to be on in about a half an hour?
What?
Maybe. He's asking for me on in a half hour.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because my connection is awful tonight, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Word.
no, yeah. If we're still on, hop back in, but just go ahead and check when you get home. So, but yeah.
Okay.
What the hell was I gonna say? Fucking. So here's my thing with Starfield. I think this is I do really like this game, right?
Hmm.
I think I think I could comfortably give it like an 8 out of 10 if I was gonna like grade it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the thing is that it suffers from the fact that there's no real space exploration, right? So, like, you can't fly from the planet to, like, you can't fly from the planet to space, right? They said that out the
Right.
gate kind of thing, so I kind of got over that. But the fact that even, you can't really fly around space, like, Alana Pierce kind of, like, did that
Did
thing.
she fly to Pluto or
She
something?
so she did fly to Pluto. It took her 7 hours, but Pluto didn't populate. Just the name was there.
Right.
So
Oh,
like it was
no.
never intention, like the intention was never for you to be able to fly in space, which I think is probably the biggest drawback to the game. Because
Mhm.
my expectation is that I was going to at least be able to fly within the solar system from planet to planet, like
Yeah.
in the ship, right? Because you can really treat the ship if you want to, like the horse and buggy from Skyrim, if you want
Mm-hmm.
to just get you from place to place, which I think is unfortunate because the ship builder is great. Like the actual like putting your ship together stuff and whatnot. It's
Right.
fantastic.
But then
Like
there's like no reason to use your ship.
right, like and the ship combat's fun, right? Like it's not
Mhm.
bad. It's a good time. It can be challenging, especially if you get multiple enemies fighting you all at the same time.
Oh, for sure. Even like the little tutorial fight in the beginning when they're 2v1ing you is like,
Yeah,
ooh.
yeah. They fucked me up when I first started playing. So yeah, like there's that stuff, right? Like, and I think that stuff is really cool. But as of right now, there really isn't a reason to use it, unless you go out of your way to do it, which is just
Yeah.
unfortunate with the way the rest of the like when it comes to making a space exploration game type thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's really not a space exploration game.
right. Well, not in the like if this game came out, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that, right? Instead of Skyrim, this game came out. I don't think anybody would have these complaints because there's no games out there like that. But now there is,
No.
right?
Yeah, and definitely if this game came out 10 years ago, because this game's just space Skyrim.
It really is, yeah. Well, in a lot of ways it is. Some ways it's not. But yeah, I do agree. There's a lot of things like it's the Bethesda DNA, right? It's
Yeah.
definitely in there.
It's a
kind of thing.
Bethesda RPG.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I love it, and I'm having a really good time with it. But there are things that were never specifically said, but were definitely. God damn, there's a lot of lockpicks in this fucking place.
Yeah, holy shit.
There's definitely things that were implied, right? So, and they
Yeah, it felt like their expectations, whether they intended to set them as they did or not, definitely didn't meet the actual game.
yeah. Which is once again, it's just unfortunate because I do there's a lot of good stuff here, right? But it just I don't know, it just doesn't line up. But I will say like this is a good game. I think this game is good enough to be in the game of year conversation.
Oh,
But not
getting
win.
a little robot-y on me there.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? No?
Uh-oh.
Get me now. Look at me now. Can you hear me? Or am I still roboting?
Starfield claims another.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I could see your in the Discord chat. Your video for me was lagging, but I'm looking at my bit rate over here, and it's fine. It's over 5,000, so I don't know. Anyways, the fuck was that? What was I saying? Shit. Oh, I think the game's good enough to be in the game of your conversation, but not win, right? Like
Yep.
if you're putting in whatever the 5 games up with the year or whatever, you know you're gonna have Tears of the Kingdom, you're gonna have Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy 16 will probably be in there, even though I don't know if that game deserves to be in there or not. I haven't played it, but you know it's a Final Fantasy game, so it'll probably be in there. Starfield can be in there, and like another game. You know what I mean? But I think the real competition is going to be between Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom at this point. I don't know because there's no other big releases coming out the rest of the year, right? Could be wrong. Can't think
I have no idea.
I
have no idea. The only game on my radar that's coming out, maybe there are 2 games, two Mario games.
Oh yeah, I forgot those are coming out too.
Yeah, I watched the video for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and I am buying that game. It looks great.
Okay.
They've got some really weird multiplayer shit in that game.
Yeah.
Some asynchronous multiplayer that's like fucking Death Stranding shit. It's so
really?
cool. Yeah, so to tell you a little bit about it, it's your classic 2D side-scrolling Mario game, right?
Right.
But in this game, yes, basically yes.
Yeah.
There are situations where your character will die, and if you're playing multiplayer, when you die, it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever played Yoshi's Island, but in that game, essentially, you're playing Yoshi and you got Baby Mario. Baby Mario gets hurt, he gets carried off, and he's like crying in this little bubble, and you have a chance to like free him and rescue him and get him back. In this game, if you die, you become a ghost and you start floating around, and if another player manages to jump up and hit you, then you come back with a life.
Oh.
So that's multiplayer, local multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing single player, you can play online, and if you do that, you see little silhouettes, little ghost versions of other players playing the game supposedly in real time. So if you die, a player can see your little ghost and they can jump up and hit it and bring you back to life.
Oh, okay.
Mario Souls.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I love that weird asynchronous stuff, and they have they have these little like cardboard pop-ups of characters that you can put up in dangerous areas where you're like, oh, I died here a lot, I better put one of these up.
Right.
Other players can use that to come back to life, and that will just stay there, and people can like give it thumbs up, and it can get upvoted, so it'll appear in more people's worlds. I just love that shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that game was coming out in multiplayer.
Am I still roboting like crazy? Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm waiting on my coworker before we can leave. So.
You sound pretty stable right now.
Yeah, you sound good right now.
Oh, thank God. So I don't mean to interrupt this, but what I was trying to say earlier is the ship combat's really good. This is definitely not going to be everyone's game of the year, like you guys were talking about. It's certainly mine. I think the biggest feedback I've seen for the game on Steam is like a lot of people are saying, oh, if you want a better space sim, buy this, buy that. I'm like, bro, this is Fallout with Skyrim powers in space. If you were expecting a good space sim, I'm sorry. This is not what Bethesda does. I hope Bethesda keeps making the games they make. Like that, there was the thing earlier that Cody put in chat where the dude got eaten in the dialogue or whatever by the alien.
Yeah.
That was so funny. There's so many things about this game, so many things that are Bethesda just quirks, because that's not even a bug. That's just a mechanic of the game working hilariously, quote unquote, as intended, but hilariously, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That like you just don't see elsewhere. So like this isn't everyone's game of the year, but it will be for me. That's for damn sure. It's great.
Tim has decided already. This is the one.
Well, I mean, it's Bethesda for Tim. Like, did we expect anything less? You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Which is fine.
I mean, FromSoft put out a game this year, and that's in my conversation. Like, it's literally my 2 favorite games I played this year are Armored Core and this so far.
Nice.
Yeah. My thing is like, people had expectations of Space Sim because that was what it was implied in the marketing, and
they're talking so much about the spaceship.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's issue. If they would have said out the gate, hey, you're not even going to be able to fly within a solar system with your spaceship. You can just fly basically around a planet, and then anything else you have to either travel through a loading screen or a grav jump to get to it. Oh, here we go again. Can you hear me?
You're back.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Well, what I would say to that though is like even Elite Dangerous, you can fly between planets and it takes forever. Am I roboting?
The whole world is against us tonight.
I can hear him just fine. Oh, did he just left?
Bidaboo.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Marco.
He's not. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, oh, the world is against us tonight. I don't know what the fuck this shit's about.
Yeah. What did you know when I started playing this? I was just loot goblining and just picking up everything I saw, and I picked up some of these digipicks. I didn't even think about what they were. I just picked them up, and it's like threw them in my robot companion's inventory, and then later I came across a locked door, and it was like, you don't have any digipicks, and I was like, oh my gosh, don't tell me those were those things that I picked up. Oh no.
Yeah.
Just didn't realize it at all.
And you know what the worst part is?
I ended up.
Oh no, you go on.
Oh yeah, I just because I picked a bunch of shit up and then I died and reloaded and I didn't pick all the shit up again, and so I had like a bunch of those digipicks that I missed. Just like, son of a bitch, I didn't even know what I was missing.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what they were to begin with either. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I do think this is a good game.
Oh, I'm losing you.
What the hell? I blame it on Discord, if I'm being honest. I'm still roboting. I can tell because the video's lagging.
Please bear with us.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. What the hell was I gonna say? Fucking I don't know what the hell I was gonna say. Oh, I don't know. I think Tim was gonna talk about like how other sim games or whatever, like you can do things like fly between planets and stuff like that. I think the problem is that like this game in particular doesn't. What the fuck? There. It has a weird boundary when it comes to realism and things that aren't real, right? So like the space travel, right, between planets is basically like, it's not 1-to-1, but it's a lot more realistic than some things. But then you're finding like basically alien species on these planets that are really similar to like No Man's Sky, that just look like amalgamation of fucking random assets sometimes, right? Like I saw something earlier that was literally a flying egg sack. Like that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like it was just it was gross. It was like it looked all slimy and shit.
I don't know if I feel like the space traversal in Starfield feels more realistic than space traversal in No Man's Sky.
I think the intention was for it to be that way, right? Not that it actually feels like that, but like I think when you look at like even the artwork and stuff like that, it's not fantastic. It still has like that Fallout feel, which then lends itself to like you're more grounded towards like a normal like the display in your ship, right? It looks a lot like what we would probably see in like a spaceship today kind of thing, with like that kind of 1950s feel or whatever, 60s kind of thing. So
yeah, didn't they talk about how their aesthetic is kind of like NASA basically? Yeah,
something like that.
Like if you look at their controller, I mean, I think you can see that.
Yeah, and so but I think that in general really influenced like a lot of this stuff, right? So and so I think that's why like they took that approach of not allowing you to fly between planets, because it's like, oh well, that's just not realistic, you know what I mean? While No Man's Sky on the other hand, or Star Citizen or Elite Dangerous are like, yeah, you can fly between planets, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like
But I mean, if you think about how it works, right? I mean, you're doing the same thing in Starfield. It's just not represented in the game. It's just a little cutscene.
Right, but it kills the immersion, right? So one of the other big like criticisms of the game is there's too many loading screens.
Yeah.
If we were in the world of SSDs or whatever, this game would probably be like almost unplayable with how many fucking loading screens there are. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
So like on the Crimson Fleet, spaceship basically, they got, or not spaceship, Star Station. They have a fucking, the docking area or whatever is like a hallway with like 4 doors basically to get to ships, right? Specifically your ship. The fucking there's a loading screen between that hallway with 4 doors and getting into the main part of the ship.
No.
And it's just like, why? Like, why is it? It doesn't take that long, right? I don't know how long it takes for some people. For me, it doesn't take super long. I'm on M.2, so I'm basically on like some of the fastest like stuff you could use. So it doesn't like bother me at all. It doesn't hurt me at all. But I can understand where if somebody's playing on like some older hardware or something like that, and then you're running into these loading screens all the fucking time. You know what I mean? And then for something that takes 1 to 2 seconds for me, it takes 10 seconds for them. And like that shit adds up over time when you're playing this game for hours and hours and hours, kind of thing. So
yeah,
I can really understand,
building up,
right? And I can really understand how immersion breaking it is to always being on a loading screen to go from planet to planet to planet or system to system. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And that's one of the starting traits you can take is you're addicted to grab jumps. So that's just more loading screens for you,
right? Yeah, and they're like, you need to grab jump with like, oh no, that's a payload. For payload, you have to grab jump with like 60% of your total cargo or something like that.
Yeah,
like filled up.
This game, going back to the hard drive speed thing, isn't this like one of the first games ever to have a
SSD
to state in their system requirements that you need a SSD?
Yeah.
One down.
Yeah, it is. Throwing grenades. Yeah, which I think.
Do you have some kind of perk that sets people on fire when you punch them?
It's part of my armor.
Your armor, okay.
Yeah, my armor will set people on fire, and it will also disarm them. I have like a 5% chance to disarm, and a 5% chance to set people on fire.
Oh shit! Nice.
And this is the other thing. Like, I hate doing this.
Going into your menu and using your healing item.
Well, I have my med pack to the D-pad, but like you have so many different weapons you want to use and stuff like that. So I don't have like this heart plus or whatever. 20% health for 2 minutes, 200% or 200 damage resistance for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So, and then I have CQB, which ups 24% melee damage. You know what I mean? So like I'll come in here and I'll do all these.
Classic Bethesda menuing.
Yeah, so like this is some stuff that I'm not a huge fan of, but I mean it's not the end of the world, right? So it's just kind of.
I do like just seeing the individual models for everything. Oh, your powers? Are you blinding them?
No, I think I just punched the shit out of him.
He keeps saying my eyes.
Yeah, I think I just punched the shit out of him. Oh, he fell in the water.
Oh, nice. Take a little swim. Oh, what was that? The bullets were coming out the side of his gun.
It definitely was. But all right, so you see this? All right, I want you to understand. I'm level 18, right? This motherfucker's level 30.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come here. Oh, I can't punch him. Fuck. I thought I could.
In the water.
Yeah, I was gonna try and punch the shit out of him.
Okay. This is cool.
Come back out. Get out of the water.
Are you lifting him? He's gotta be glitched out, man. Nothing a grenade can't solve. Is he dead?
Oh, I thought he was.
That would have been remarkable. It's high quality right here, man. This is what the game's all about.
I watch this. Got a fucking landmine. Oh, it didn't. Oh, fuck. I didn't throw it far enough.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, will it not let me throw it in the water?
Oh, shoot.
It will not. Okay.
Not water soluble.
This is my shotgun.
Did his armor bar come back?
So, yeah, so that...
for like each health bar?
Yeah, each health bar has... or each, like, light bar represents basically a health bar. So...
Oh,
But you see how much damage I'm doing? And I'm level 18 against a level 30. Like, this kind of really illustrated what I talk about when it comes to these levels. Like, they don't seem to matter.
They don't mean what you think they mean. It's not like he's another one of you that's level 30. He's just a little minion that's level 30.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm not a fan of in this game. Because I'm just like, well, then
that seems confusing.
Right. It's like, well, then what the fuck's the point of the levels if they're not?
Ooh, epic item.
Dude, so if you're playing on normal, I suggest you play on hard. Because if you play on hard, the loot tables give you more, like, higher geared stuff.
Oh, really?
Way more often, yeah. Cool. That's why. So you'll see this here. So I have a legendary shotgun. I have like my spaceship.
That looks sweet.
All this stuff is legendary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, now granted, I got it early, so like if you look at the physical and energy and EM, like it's really low. Like if I compare this to this other helmet, okay, this helmet sucks. Never mind. I have some stuff. I have some stuff that's like way better. But it's like,
so this is like
normal
stuff that you got early on that was legendary.
Yeah.
So its stats aren't going to be as good.
Yeah, I need to unlock this. So
I need to break the law.
It's contraband. So, and I have shielded cargo type deal. So I can.
Oh, you can do some smuggling.
Yeah, I do a little bit of smuggling.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things to do in this game. I think I'll have fun with this for a while. When I go to Charleston later this month, I'm probably going to bring my Xbox with me, so that I can play this while I'm there, kind of thing. Which I did play. I do want to say that I did play this on my Xbox, and as much as I was pissed off that they locked the game to 30, having played it, it was probably the correct decision. It runs really fucking well. You
can't even tell.
No, I can tell. Oh, I can 100% tell. You can feel the difference, but
yeah,
it's a very steady 30. Like it doesn't, and this was also supported in like Digital Foundries, like they looked at it or whatever. It's a very good 30. It still looks really good. I would say the biggest difference is probably in the character models. When it when you're talking to people, kind of thing. You can really see the detail difference, kind of.
Sure.
Between the characters. God damn. No. What the?
So where are you in the main storyline? Have you completed the main storyline and now you're just doing your own thing?
No, I started getting you know what? You keep reminding me of like things I don't like about this game. The powers. So I'm at the point where you get powers, right? But this isn't like Skyrim where like you just stumble upon the words of power kind of thing. Nah, they just tell you where these fucking temples are to get them. Kind of thing. Okay. So I have 3 different powers, and then I went, do I want to get all the powers right now, or do I want to go do something else? So I've really been working on the Crimson Fleet storyline.
Oh, cool.
Pirates. I've been being a pirate a little bit.
Cool.
One of the first quests they send you on is like a fucking treasure hunt, basically. I will say, if you have any interest in upgrading your security, before you start the pirate quest, make sure you're like on the expert level, or like level 3, where it's like you gotta unlock 30 locks. You will unlock so many fucking locks because you're in a jail. Right? And you're unlocking all these fucking jail cells kind of thing. And so like that's where I did the majority of it. I just sat there and just like unlocked shit for hours while we're going through.
That's funny.
Black market antiquities.
That's
Warfare
worth a
tag.
pretty penny.
Oh yeah, and there's multiple. Ooh, yeah.
Xeno Warfare, that's like the first place you're in. They've got like these creatures they're developing apparently. And there's a
Yeah.
book that talks about these like genetic lobsters that they're developing
Oh,
and
yeah,
how they're
yeah.
just insanely strong, but they're chill unless you attack them.
Right. You can actually find damn it, dude. I don't want to do another digibig. You can actually find, so remember how that group of military guys are called like the Red Devils?
No.
Okay, so in some of that stuff they talk about the military group that they bring in to train with the Xenos or whatever, they're called the Red Devils. If you go on Mars, the old commander of the Red Devils is there, and there's also a bar on Mars or whatever that is specifically for anybody who used to be a Red Devil, and they'll kick you out if you're not a Red Devil. So yeah, it's just like
I dig that.
Like, but
That's some cool Bethesda world building shit.
Right, like that's the kind of shit I'm like, that's fucking dope, right?
Yeah,
you know. So
love that.
Yeah, I just kind of
can't wait to get me a little lobster pet.
I see, and that's the thing. I don't know if we can.
No pets.
Yeah.
Another thing I heard is that companions are all good guys and they don't like it if you do bad stuff.
Yeah, so whenever I do the Crimson Fleet stuff, because I might have to kill innocents depending on what it is, I run, like right now I'm running around by myself. That's why I'm running around by myself. Because
bummer.
They'll like kick you out of Constellation or something. But there is, I don't really know what the repercussions are. But there is a recruitable guy that you can get from the Crimson Fleet if you
he's got to be a bad guy.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't really know. I don't know how he would react to the same situation and stuff. I don't know.
That's just something I saw people talking about, and I was like, that's so funny because we got Baldur's Gate 3 over here with like these very like varied characters that feel different ways about like everything you do.
Did you see that they're going back in and patching in because the characters weren't supposed to be that horny?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny. I thought it was actually really interesting because I saw some articles talking about like it's so cool that Larian just made like these really sex positive characters and like sex isn't a reward for doing their relationship quests.
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
We fucked up.
Yeah, that's well, I think most people would be like, you know, I know you say it's a bug, but I think it's a feature. Like, it should be a feature. Kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. They're still just hashing out tons of bugs. There's so much content in that game. I'm sure they'll be busy fixing bugs for a while yet.
Yeah, so you want to
Lae'zel is still bugged in my Andreas game.
Fucking sucks. Yeah, because I will say, you want to know about this game? I've had like no bugs. I've had one crash. I had one crash like the first 5 hours I played. Other than that, I see little glitchy shit from time to time. Like I saw an enemy kind of like get stuck on a fucking railing because he like tried to boost back up, and it just like.
We just saw that dude in the water that was all fucked up.
Yeah, but like that stuff is like so minor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to like everything else. God damn, that's a strong ass pistol.
Yeah, I think everyone was expecting this game to be very buggy. And it really wasn't. Like, I'm trying to think. I definitely had a lot of weird bugs in Skyrim. Like, I remember one I had would just make like random creatures have like, instead of their normal textures, they were just this like bright purple color.
Oh yeah. That's yeah, I remember that. It's like shit's just like not loading in for whatever reason.
Yeah. Just bizarre things.
Yeah, there's weird ass shit. Get out this way. Yeah, man, this game I would say is very bug free overall. Very minor stuff. I don't know. I think this is is it worth $70? Yes. Is it a perfect reason to have Game Pass for a long time? Yes. Like I think it checks all of those boxes. It's not a perfect game, but it is a good game. You will, and like I don't know how much fun you'll have in it, because it does have some shortcomings kind of thing, that I really feel like will get fixed over the next 6 months with mods. Like the skill,
with
like
mods.
Well, that's I know you're saying with mods, but like this, like why has Skyrim re-released on like every fucking platform in existence? You know what I mean? Like not all those games are moddable, but the popularity stayed because people continued, like it stayed relevant because people were able to mod it and maybe make it look better and this, that, and the other thing and show all these different experiences. Now, this game isn't just a continent. It's 1,000 planets that some of these planets might not have any life. You're going to get a modder that's going to go in and like totally redo an entire planet and be like, hey, I did this planet. And you're going to download it, and then you're going to be able to download like fucking 20 or 30 of them. And then all of a sudden,
they're going to be like you were talking about these mod packs. There's going to be like a mod pack for each solar system.
Oh yeah, like this game, the vanilla game is very good, right? And I'm having a great time with it. This game in a year, 6 months to a year, once like there's already 600 mods and they're mostly just quality of life. Wait until they really start like modding shit, and it's going to be insane. So
I feel like the modding community, that might be a point where them still being on the creation engine can shine because players and modders are so familiar with this engine.
I actually had that same thought process. I know I kind of shit on the creation engine from time to time, but that's why there's 600 mods already, including one that's similar to Sky UI, right? It's because they already know how to do it, so they just did it. You know, like or they just transferred over like some of they were able to like reuse some of their stuff. So
yeah, very promising.
Yeah, so that's one of those things. But yeah, man, it's just like I said, it's good. It's just I don't know. I hope you play it more.
Yeah, I think there's I definitely want to go back. I just haven't had a lot of time yet. Like I downloaded it yesterday.
Yeah.
Had some stuff. I had D&D last night, so the game released at like 6 p.m. I was playing D&D, got home, didn't want to stay up late playing it, and then today I booted it up and I was like, all right, I'm ready to play, and the game was like, okay, we're preparing your files for like 30 minutes. Great. That got done, and I managed to play for like an hour or so, a couple hours. Spent a lot of time fucking around trying to figure out what kind of character I wanted to make. Of course, I made Long John Silver, the cook.
Now.
Whoa.
Okay. Other thing that this is probably my biggest pet peeve. As somebody who likes to play the game unarmed, there's not a button to unequip a weapon. You can sheath your weapon, you can put it away, but you can't fully unequip it to just go fisticuffs and start beating the fuck out of people. So I have to go all the way in the goddamn menu to fucking beat the fuck out of somebody.
So they don't have any unarmed weapons. It's just your fists.
They don't. It makes me mad.
That is shocking to me. Because you know what game had really cool unarmed weapons? Cyberpunk.
Yes. Yes, it does. Like,
damn.
I don't know. Like, there's, like I said, I know, like, I'm portraying this as kind of like a mixed bag.
Lay it on me.
It's really not, but I feel like people need to know, like, the issues that are in the game, right? Kind of thing. There's some issues, but, like, I feel like the majority of them are minor
next time I go in there.
and they don't really matter that much.
I promise.
They don't make it unfun.
Yeah, it's still fucking fantastic.
Fine,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, are there any characters that have stuck out to you? Any companions that you've met that you thought were really cool?
Barrett's funny, dude. Barrett, he's
he's
funny.
the first guy you meet.
Yeah, he's just like a cocky motherfucker. But he's like fun. Oh, hey, here we go. Let's get it.
Oh, some space combat.
Yeah, here we go. So remember when I said I just charge right at him?
Yeah, dude.
And then
get behind him.
yep. And like this is a ship with low mobility too.
Enemy's engines are offline.
Oh. Hold on. His engines are offline. I'm gonna steal that shit.
Oh, how do you do that?
You can board them.
Ooh,
I need to put
okay.
that on fucking. Oh no, that's not the one. I'm
Photo mode.
Oh, it's because I'm. Where am I at? Okay, that guy's shooting at me. You the one? Oh no.
Shields are offline, Cody.
Yeah, I know. I have shit parts, so I can take it.
Direct hit to the
Oh
grand
yeah, they're
jump.
just like
It's
consumables, right?
There's what? I'm sorry?
The ship parts, they're just like healing consumables.
Yeah. I just gotta click in the fucking So I don't have any missiles on this ship. But otherwise, I'd shoot missiles right now.
Yeah. Kablam.
Alright, this guy gotta take this shit out of him. Gotta heal.
Gotta do a lot of things. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit.
Oh, am I out of ship parts?
The hull's looking low, dude.
Dude, I'm out of ship parts. That's the problem.
No.
Yeah, hold on.
That's a very risky situation suddenly.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot more risky than it was like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. How? So you just gotta like get close to them and then initiate a boarding sequence?
Well, yeah, so it should. Oh, they fixed their engines. Motherfucker.
Oh, shoot. Can you like
No.
target specific parts?
Yeah, so if you have the skill, there's the targeting skill.
Okay.
Jump if you want.
Then
Grab drive is working.
then you can target it basically it's the VAT system at that point.
Oh, cool.
And you can target different stuff. God damn it, I really wanted to
I see.
it.
Tragic. Should put points into targeting, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. That's like this is what I'm talking about. Like this game, like that's something I can't do right now, but if I continue to play, it's something I kind of get rewarded with long term. Right?
Don't you just put a perk point into it?
Yeah, and it'll unlock the first level of targeting, right?
Yeah.
So, but and if that's all you want, that's all you need, right? You just need that first level. But but what I did when I'm on my last level up, I actually went into Starship design because I wanted to design more shit, basically.
Oh. Yeah. Which is it like each tier you need to spend so many points in a tier and then you get the next tier?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
So I think the first tier you got to spend like 4 points, and the second tier is like 8 points total.
Mm.
Like your first and second tier go together, the points do. So
yeah.
and then you kind of go from there. So
right, because if you only like one of the perks up there, you can just spend all your points upgrading that perk rather than getting stuff you don't.
Right. Hold on. So we're gonna go. Want to see if I get caught here or not? No hull or nothing. I'm gonna save. I'll probably if I
do a little
no
safety
hull,
save.
Yeah, with no hull kind of thing, I will definitely fucking die.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna go try and smuggle some items into the space here. Let's see.
Is it just kind of like a random chance that they'll catch you?
Yeah, you'll see it here. You'll see it here in a second. Hold on. So I'll go. God damn it. This is awesome.
Navigating this map looks funky.
It's not great on controller. It's way better on mouse and keyboard.
Okay.
So we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna tighten.
Did you find the sweet rolls? I found some sweet rolls that really brought me back.
I did not find any sweet rolls. Oh wait, no, I don't want to go to Seoul. Oh, have you? Oh, when you get the chance, go land on Earth.
Oh shit, Earth?
Yeah. You want me to do that?
All right. Sure.
Here, all right, hold on. So I'm gonna go here because I don't have a bounty here, and I'm pretty sure.
You getting into trouble?
Yeah, a little bit.
Gagarin, nice.
Oh, we're gonna
Named after the Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin.
we're gonna jump there. Oh, I gotta power up my grab drive.
Not a lot of power left
Oh, hey,
there.
watch. Yeah. Oh, let's see if it'll do it. Oh, you can't see my hands. Damn it. If you do this, like if you're in here and you start the grab jump, they'll do an animation where they'll like do shit on
Yes,
the controls.
we're here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Alright, there you go.
Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
And it
Prepare
says,
to be scanned.
chance to evade.
And we're
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Feel free to land.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
yeah. So you can do stuff
A
like
little Han
that.
Solo action.
Yeah, we'll go to.
Yeah, what is like Bethesda Studios or something on Earth?
I have heard that the Empire State Building's on one. Actually.
Oh, interesting.
But you have to get that from.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's not. Let's see.
Oh,
Let's see. You want? Let's see. I can't zoom in. I like to zoom in. I'm trying to see where.
Yeah, I can see the Great Lakes.
Yeah,
oh, cool.
yeah, that's kind.
Or
That's
what
kind,
was the Great Lakes?
That's kind of where it was, right? So we'll go here.
Landing initiated.
Yeah, I
Watch
haven't
the flare.
tried just landing in random places on the planet yet.
Yeah, I don't do it a whole lot. I do.
Is that where the procedural generation kind of comes in?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh,
I found some cool stuff doing that way. Hi, by the way, I'm back.
Hey, welcome
Hello.
back, Tim.
another thing that bothers me about this game. So like Earth is like barren, right? Which is fine. That doesn't bug me.
Yeah.
But like on some planets you'll land and it'll be like, oh, it's corrosive air. And it'll give you like a debuff. But it feels like these debuffs do nothing. Like they do something. But one, you have to go into your menu and then into your character and look at your status to figure out how what they're doing. Right? Which is just annoying.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You have you not noticed that above your O2 meter it tells you exactly what happens and it'll actually give you a pop-up?
Sometimes it'll give you a pop-up. I've seen the pop-up in the
I've
upper right.
always gotten a
sometimes,
pop-up.
But it has it above the thing. But if you don't know what the symbol means, then you don't know. You have to go in and do all that stuff. So iron meteorite. But they also don't. I don't feel like they really affect the gameplay at all. It'll be like burns apparently like lower your melee damage or something like that, right? But I don't feel like it really does lower my melee damage. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like it's just kind of there. And then
I feel like that's coming in the eventual survival update like they did with Fallout. But also, no, like it burns. Correct me if I could be wrong on this one. I thought burns was the one that impacted your health because like a lot of times you'll have like a yellow health bar on top of your other health bar that works kind of like radiation damage.
I've only seen that with like toxic fumes and stuff, not burns.
Yeah, I've had that with burns. Lung damage will cause, which is really annoying for me. Lung damage will cause my character to cough. So if I'm trying to sneak up on some bitches, all of a sudden I'll be like, and then they just turn around and start shooting me, which is really fucking annoying.
That looks great.
I don't know. There definitely are some that I've been like, this does nothing. Okay, but then there are some that I've been like, oh, that's annoying.
I just figured this out. If I click in the right thumbstick,
You have a special attack?
I guess. I don't know. I was trying to go into photo mode.
Did you just realize about your power bash?
Yes, that's it.
How do you
That's
do
exactly
power
what it
bash?
is. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's been a.
I normally just hold right trigger for power bash.
You know, that's a carryover from Fallout. When you used melee weapons, like if you pressed the bash button, you would do a power attack.
Yeah.
Or on controller, if you just hold down the trigger, it does the same thing.
Is that something you have to unlock?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because I was trying to like hold the attack button to see if that was like a power attack or something, and nothing happened.
Are you playing mouse and keyboard? Justin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be why. On controller, you got to hold it in. On mouse and keyboard, you got to press the same button that is your weapon bash. So I think that's what, V?
Okay.
Yeah, V should be your power attack. Cody, I will say earlier, you put it in a way that I think made perfect sense to me.
What's up?
This is a game I think a lot of people are going to bounce off of, but if you stick with it,
Yeah.
the more you play it, the better it gets.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's just so much. Like I'm 44 hours in or whatever. I feel like I barely scratched the surface. I'm just now starting to feel like, oh, I'm going to put my efforts into becoming a better pilot because I'm feeling pretty good about my ground combat stuff. Like, there's so much to it. I just did one of my first faction quest lines, and I haven't finished it. I'm probably, if I had to guess, I'd say half or three-quarters. I played the Vanguard quest line yesterday. I started it. It's phenomenal. There's some stuff in it. I won't spoil anything, but, like, there are creatures in the game that are introduced in this quest line that are friggin' basically
aliens.
They're kind of like Tyranids more than anything else. They are kind of this game's version of Deathclaws, but they have some crazy shit to them. And like
I know what you're talking
you
about.
get lore bits to it as well. Like when you're getting introduced to the Vanguard, it takes you through. There's this hall you can walk through, and you press these buttons, and it gives you this exposition, this dialogue. I would encourage you to do it though, because so much of that stuff is like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Like there's parts of this game.
I need to send you guys a clip, because I know exactly what you're talking about. You can actually find one on the first planet, because they brought it over as one of the experimental Xenos for that weapon tech.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you read about that?
That was the vibe I was getting from it. It felt like they were talking about a fucking Deathclaw.
Yeah. So it's a lot like that. I have
the way they name it made me think of, like Cody said, like Alien, because the word morph is in it. So I was like, oh, okay. But like, the thing is basically a goddamn Deathclaw, except scarier and with other abilities that really fuck with you when you meet them on. I would encourage you to play the Vanguard quest line. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really good, and they throw the Vanguard quest line at you so early. I wish I would have done it off the jump, because I would have had better ship upgrades. I would have had better time with ship combat. I would have learned more about the world right off the jump. I think the intention is that that's the first faction you join.
And orbit stabilizing.
And it's worth playing through.
Yeah.
Yeah, the factions, you're not like locking yourself out of anything. You can kind of do them all, right?
You can do all the faction quest lines.
I will say, I like the Crimson Fleet faction quest line, but I also don't like it at the same time, because once you're part of the Crimson Fleet, if you show up anywhere where there is other Crimson Fleet, you can't fight them. Well, I mean, you can, but they don't fight you, like on site, basically, kind of thing.
It's not on site at that point.
And you want plausible deniability, huh?
All that good stuff.
Well, it's more just like when the game's like, hey, kill 100 people with unarmed combat, but now I have a whole extra faction of people that won't fight me anymore. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of annoying.
Yeah, have fun hunting spacers.
Right, like that's basically the only people I can fight. It's kind of, once again, that's just a very minor thing or whatever, right?
Oh shit, dude! I didn't tell you guys on my lunch break. I picked the wanted trait, right? So occasionally I'll show up somewhere and either bounty hunters will land on the planet and come try and find me, or there will be bounty hunter ships.
Yeah.
Well, on my lunch break, I grab jumped into this one system, and there was bounty hunters fighting bounty defenders who are there just to make sure my bounty gets bigger, which is funny.
Oh my god.
So I had people there helping me just because they want to cash in on the bounty when it's a little bigger.
Yep.
That's funny.
But then like 3 or 4 Varun ships showed up. So all of a sudden, there's like 8 ships that are hostile, and me and 2 other ships that are on my side. And I'm flying circles around asteroids trying to avoid them, and I'm blowing ships. It was so fun. And I'm playing on my Steam Deck, by the way. They did a patch on my Steam Deck that makes it run better. So I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better. It was amazing.
I heard it was pretty bad.
Sounds sweet.
All right, let's cycle that airlock
It
and
is
get
if you
aboard.
leave dynamic resolution on. I turned dynamic resolution off, set it at 50%, and it runs at about 30 frames a second when I'm not in a town. If I go to New Atlantis, it runs like dog shit when I'm in New Atlantis. But like for the most part, it's playable when I'm out in space or on a planet that I land on or whatever.
Okay, hold on one second. Jesse, remember that small area I was telling you about that needs a loading screen?
Yeah.
So this is the pirate place, right? That I was talking about.
Yeah.
This is it. So you got these doors. You dock right here.
Yeah.
You cut. There's another door there, right?
Rook.
This is a fucking loading screen to get into the rest of the ship. It's just like, why? That's a very small section.
It seems like such a small, yeah.
Why does it need a loading screen? And then there's also a bar in here, or whatever, also requires a loading screen, and it's not very big. Like, let me see if I can find it. I'm not super familiar with this whole place yet.
I think it's because for performance reasons, those are segmented.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, you know, Tim, how we were talking about yesterday, I think. Like, it doesn't bug us, really, the loading screens a whole lot, because we have higher-end hardware, but I can just, the point I was making, I can understand people that get frustrated if they have, like, an older SSD, and what takes, like, a second or two for us might take, like, 10 seconds for them. And after a while, it's just kind of going to be like, what the fuck, man? Like, if you're running into loading screens all the time.
Well, yeah, and these sound like quite small areas. Like, why is there a loading screen?
Hold on. I'm trying to find this fucking bar. Can't remember where the hell it's at. I've only been in there once, so I'm just trying to. But like this
map.
Yeah. Well, if you're not, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where the map is here because the maps in this game are not good.
That is the one thing that I say that I would say is probably the most valid and understandable complaint that I've seen. The one that I go,
it's literally just blue.
The maps are real bad.
Yeah, it's literally just blue. Like, I'm not joking. Yeah. I wish I could show you, but I legitimately don't know where that is in my menus because I do not use it.
That's funny.
You have to go to the planet map and then you can look at surface map.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So you go to planet map, and then I think if you're on controller, it's right bumper brings you to service map.
Oh. Left bumper's resources. Zoom in, zoom out.
It's right bumper.
I'm hitting right bumper. It's not doing nothing.
Hang on. Let me tab over. I was trying to multitask.
Oh, it's not show me.
No, the planet map, not the system map. No, the planet map. Yeah, open the star map right there. Oh, you know what though? You're not on a planet, are you? You're at the key.
Yeah, I'm on a starship. Or a space station.
There is no service.
I'm on a space station. Yeah, I like okay, yeah.
You just have to know.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know because I don't use them. They fucking suck. They're basically useless.
Yeah, and you don't really need.
Yeah, you really don't because if you open up this thing right here, it'll tell you everything. It tells you all your points. Yeah, it tells you all your points of your scanner. It tells you all your points of interest. It'll show points of interest in the distance to go see and whatnot. So like I don't really ever have a reason to open up the map. I really came here to sell my contraband, but what the fuck is this?
Nice.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want
a little pool table. Oh, did you guys pick names that can be spoken by your robot buddy?
Still have nightmares about that
I
job
don't think
in
so.
Cheyenne.
I might have. I originally named my person Hester for some reason. Don't ask me why. What I did in
Hester Prynne?
I wish I understood the reference.
Need something?
But and then my wife was like, Hester's like a girl's name, ain't it? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. Like, this is what I went with. She's like, what about Chester? I was like, yeah, I can do that.
So there I am.
So I renamed him Chester. Which you can you can change the way your character looks in game for fairly cheap, by the way. They have.
Yeah, I encountered that shop in the New Atlantis.
Yeah, I'm looking. Haven't found the bar yet, but I'm looking for it.
Always listen to Delgado.
Trade Authority takes anything and everything.
Delgado's the boss.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Sell. Go here. Oh, he doesn't have any fucking credits. Well, how am I supposed to sell to you?
Find anything about you?
You've
already taken all of his money.
Yeah, no joke. I came in here and I sold a bunch of shit. That was like a bunch of weapons that I had.
That's the issue.
Yeah, I had to stash on my ship. Okay, she's got 13,000. Buy these things. Not notes. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Tim, how do you feel about the challenges to put perk points into the next levels?
The challenges for what?
How you have to complete a challenge to put a perk point into the next level of a perk.
I actually kind of like it. Here's why. So while I would understand if people said it feels like it slows down my progression, it's a way to kind of bring back one complaint I've had for a while since Skyrim.
Don't be a stranger.
Or several other things. The level by doing system wasn't really there since Skyrim. Skyrim was like the last game where you had to level up individual traits. You don't really have to do that in Fallout. Fallout, you kind of did, but you mostly just put points into it, right? I like the implementation of it because it's a way to have level by doing without having to level up. I don't level up my rifle by shooting my rifle 100 times. I level up, and if I've been using my rifle enough, I can put a point into my rifle skill. There are some things like piloting. I kind of wish it was implemented a little differently because not everybody who's piloting a ship is doing it to go do starship combat. So you should be able to have a that like starship or destroy X ships. Yeah, it's like that I works really well for me because my ship is really combat focused. But your ship doesn't have to be combat focused, and maybe you just want to have a bigger ship with a better engine and cargo space. Okay, well you need a Class B or C ship. You can't get to that without doing ship combat. So I do wish there were certain challenges that were different in one way or another. Like maybe jump to X amount of starships, star systems, or fly X amount of kilometers for a ship challenge. But the ship combat one, I get why they did it, but not everybody's using the ships for that specifically. So I don't know.
Yeah, so like, that one in particular I saw, and I thought, this is, I want to roleplay my character, but this would keep me from doing it the way that I want to.
Yeah, it really does make you play the style you want to play, and it removes some level of freedom in one way, because like for rifles, if I want to level up my rifle skill, I think right now I'm on kill 100 enemies with your rifle or whatever. That doesn't bug me, but I can see why it might, because maybe somebody's like, well, my rifle feels bad and I don't want to use it. I've already put points into pistols. I don't want to branch out now. I was using the shotgun earlier and felt better, and I already put points into that, so I don't want to switch. It kind of locks you into something for a little bit, but there's also no level cap. So
I've got bounties in every system.
Here's the problem.
Idiots will never catch me.
Killing 100 people with a rifle is a lot easier than punching 100 people to death. And that's my issue. It's like unarmed. Punch 100 people till they die to get the highest level, to like be able to go from 3 to 4 or whatever. And it's just like, man, like that's gonna take fucking
when they don't have any unarmed weapons or anything, that seems like quite the slog.
And I'm just like, so I haven't focused on it as much. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I need to buy ammo. I ran out of ammo.
To be fair, in a future universe where people are flying around shooting each other in starships and shooting each other with laser guns and from long distances with like rail rifles and shit, you're the one who's choosing to try and fisticuff people to death. So I mean,
but you can't tell me that
this is an RPG, not a sim.
Yeah, like. Well, I think that's part of the.
You can buy from me. You can look good. And
I think I got something to suit your needs. A lot of this is like RPG stuff, and a lot of people expected sim elements in it, which I get, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's all right.
I get why some people are frustrated by some of that, but I'm like, I don't know. Like I was trying to say earlier, this is not a perfect game. It has flaws. There's definitely things that are not perfect about it, but like it hits all the right notes for me to be addicted to it. The ship combat isn't great, but it's good enough, right? Like I'd say it's on par with a lot of space sim ship combat. It's just lacking the rest of the space sim stuff. Like Elite Dangerous, there's so many other things you can do in space with your ship. But you're not building your ship, you're buying a ship. You're not customizing your ship. Well, to a degree you are, but not as much. And at least on a controller, flying for combat is not that different.
Need more weapons or ammo? Come see me.
I just did the like beginner like combat tutorial basically, and it felt great.
Yeah, it does feel really good. I would push back that it's as good as other ones, though.
I'm not saying it's as on par. It's not as good as Elite Dangerous. It's not as good as Star Squad.
I just feel like it's an arcade.
Isn't that what on par means?
No.
Yeah, I would say on par.
No, on par doesn't mean it's as good as. It means it's around, it's near, it's in the ballpark. It didn't have to be as good for it to be good to me. Like
I think I would still disagree just overall because it's more of an arcade style flight than it is realism, which is fine, right? But I wouldn't put it in the same bucket as those other games, kind of thing.
I wouldn't put it in the same bucket as Elite Dangerous as far as like realism goes, but like it's not. Somebody said Star Wars Squadrons earlier. It's not that different than Star Wars Squadrons. And to be clear, Elite Dangerous, Star Wars Squadrons, those games, that is what they specialize in, is the flight, the combat.
Right, it's just
that's all they're doing.
Right.
This has something that is
no longer docked.
near. It's in the ballpark of. It's not miles worse. It's not as good, but it's not miles worse as those games. Plus, it has Fallout with Skyrim powers underneath all of that. So, like, I'm happy, but
what do those games even like do better than this though? Like, I don't really know.
So
Space
people's
mining.
complaints about not being able to fly, but you can
I
mine.
just
Cody,
mean
you
like
can
the
mine
combat.
No,
space
you
in
can
No
blow
Man's
up.
Sky.
You can blow up asteroids, is what you can do.
That's the exact same as No Man's Sky.
Okay, but that's not the games that when I think of space mining, I don't think of No Man's Sky, because I would say
That's the
this game's flight in general is closer to No Man's Sky than it is like an Elite Dangerous or something like that. Because No Man's Sky is very arcadey and stuff like that as well. Like there's not.
Yeah.
What is the difference about Elite? Like, what is it about Elite that's so different?
So when you were asking earlier about
Want to hear a
how,
poem I wrote? It's
like,
called
are
a
you messing with your
haiku.
systems and stuff
I
or
just
whatever?
read about them.
Yeah.
While you're
A
flying,
haiku, huh?
I don't do that at all in this.
That sounds
That's not
exciting.
even an
Let's
option in No
Okay.
Man's Sky, from what
It's
I remember.
called space.
Elite Dangerous, you will, right? Like the combat
Space
is based on
cold
like
and dark.
you knowing how to work
Starships
these systems
fly there
and like
like
being
comets,
able to like power some down,
carrying
power some
us
up,
home.
depending on the
Not
situation.
bad.
It's a lot
Like, you
more.
have to utilize that to
Yeah.
be
It's
successful.
way more technical
You know
on
how
that
you lose
piece, right?
things.
Like I can't
still
just
don't
set
know
it
how you
and
lost
forget
that
it
picture
like I
of Nibbles, the
can
comet-eating
on
bunny.
this. Like Tim is more hands on with it, but I haven't found a reason to be yet. So, and maybe there's an advantage that I haven't realized yet, because like that could be true too. But I mean, you saw how I fight in space. I just fucking fly at them. You know what I mean? I fly at them, get behind them, and fucking blow the shit out of them.
Works great.
Yeah, it works. So fuck it. I don't know. So just it makes things pretty easy there. But yeah, that's like kind of like Elite Dangerous, and like this isn't like a 1-to-1 comparison, but like Eve, right? Eve's a lot like that too, where you gotta like control all these different systems and things like that or whatever, especially as you get higher, like deeper into Eve and you got more skills and stuff like that or whatever, right? Like it's kind of how it is. So, but it works for this game. What they have here definitely 100% works for this game. It's still fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away from the fun factor at all or anything like that. So, I do have a skill point.
Is there a mod yet that shows you your legs?
You can go into You can go into third person.
No
mod
like
required.
that.
No mod required, sir.
That's funny.
This is something I haven't ran into a whole lot either. I haven't had a whole lot of persuasion chances, which I found.
I think I had one so far in the beginning. There, the Crimson pirate people who you talk to, and you can talk them down and be like, "Yeah, there's nothing important on this ship. Why even bother attacking me?" They're just like, "God damn it, we've been chasing that fucking ship so long.
We are not the
and there's
droids
nothing
they're
even
looking
on
for,"
it."
is basically what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
I can't say I really understood how the persuasion system worked, but
so basically, if you look down at the bottom, you get a certain amount
there's
of
like
chances.
numbers and colors.
Okay, yeah. So, well, before we even get to the numbers and colors, on the very bottom below that, it'll say the amount of turns you have to persuade the person, right? And then next to that, you'll see little bubbles that you need to fill up, and that's where the colors and numbers come into play. So if it's green, you have a higher chance of getting those points to persuade them. So
but you get less points.
Generally, yeah. If you have no persuasion skill, right, you'll get less points overall. But if you have 3 turns to get 5 points, and one of your green options gives you 2 points off the gate, then you're like, okay, if I get 2, 2 and 1, or 2, 2 and 2, or whatever it is, I can stay within these green options, kind of thing. Or like, let's say you fail the first one, and then the next one you're only going to get a 1 or 2 option. So now you got to go into the yellow, and hopefully you win that persuasion chance, because that'll give you like a 3 or a 4, and then 5 and higher is normally red, kind of thing. So
yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of like Persuasion and Bannerlord is like that.
Yeah. So, and I think it works, kind of thing.
It is definitely not the same as Oblivion, and I'm very thankful for that. Like, part of me misses the Oblivion's persuasion system, and part of me goes, yeah, that wouldn't work in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. God,
they
have like the different characteristics in Oblivion?
It had like the little circles that you had to like choose. Am I joking with you? Am I serious with you?
Right.
It functions a lot like it does in this, but it looked more akin to the Digipick system.
Yes. Oh man.
This is the other thing I don't like. It won't let you go on an unexplored route.
Oh. You have to explore it first?
Yeah, you have to explore each system between each thing.
That's just like the challenge perk system, man. You'll appreciate it more doing it that way.
Yeah. Well, you got to grab jump so many times, or whatever, for the payload thing, like I was talking about. You got to grab jump so many times, with like the 60% of your
No matter
inventory
how
full.
many times we jump,
So.
it never gets old.
But I mean, sometimes you jump into places. Oh, what the fuck? Is there a minefield around this place?
Dude, that line Barrett just said, that's the kind of line that they would snip for an X-Play review where they're talking about how old it got.
Dude.
Is there a minefield?
Oh.
You see these 3 lines?
I don't.
They're the little red dots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
I'm gonna see if I can blow one up.
Not welcome.
Or is it like a blockade or something?
I don't know.
About to find out. That's what the game's all about, discovery.
It is, and this is the kind of discovery that you'll get. You'll be like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of people talk about how the game really doesn't hold your hand.
It does not. I have no idea how to do a fucking outpost right
that
now.
they don't really explain. They kind of give you a very brief, basic, here this is, but then there's more depth to it that they don't explain, and they expect you to figure it out and learn it, which I'm okay with.
These are mine.
What ship are you flying, Cody?
Echo Cargo or something like that. I don't know. I was a dick. Somebody landed on a planet, and they were like, "We're really low on water. Do you have any?" And I was like, "No." And then I went and I fucking lockpicked.
Stole their ship.
Lockpicked their and got in their ship, and then I just fucking took it.
Oh my god.
Because it has way more. It
It
has way more cargo space. Look at this fucking mine, dude.
You know, I was telling you guys about my lunch break, and I was doing all kinds of ship stuff. Oh fuck, that looked like it hurt. I found a derelict ship, and I went on it, and they were literally called space maggots.
Oh yeah.
And it killed the crew. It was amazing. They were so gross, and they sounded so gross, but it was so cool. I chose not to commandeer that ship after it was a derelict. I could have taken it, but instead I just blew it up because I'm like, I'm not taking those back.
Imagine you take it and it becomes like a whole quest line where you get infected or something.
Oh my god, it could have. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I will say the things that they've hinted at in this game make me really, really curious what the expansions are going to be, because like there's entire, and maybe it's touched on more later in the story and I just haven't got there, but there's entire like mysteries, like House Marooned and what the hell happened to them and all this other stuff that like is hinted at, but I haven't gotten to the point where they answer it. I'm just curious like how many expansions they could do in this.
Yeah. Cody, did you just mine that rock like in No Man's Sky?
Yep. I wanted to show, while you guys were talking, I wanted to show that it is. So I was complaining that you couldn't do that before, and then I had like the like epiphany a couple days ago, and I was like, what if I just fucking shoot him and see what happens?
Your gamer instincts finally kicked in.
Yeah. Well, I had
hit this thing.
Once again, I hadn't had a reason to be in my ship very much, so like I just hadn't really thought about it.
Like it's there, but it's not clearly explained. Not once did they tell you, "Hey, shoot the rocks for extra minerals and the ores."
Yeah.
Like, they don't tell you that.
So,
you talking about slaying that ship earlier? That was literally the first thing I tried to do in the game. Is the pirates attack, and you're supposed to fight them off. I just immediately ran on their ship to try to hijack it, but it doesn't let you go into the cockpit.
Yeah. So there is on that first planet, like I found like an Eclipse ship that wasn't like a marked waypoint like this is, and I tried to take it when it let me. Kind of thing, so which I found interesting. But
I got in the cockpit, but I don't remember if I tried to sit in the chair or not. I just looted it.
Yeah, I got in the cockpit. I thought it was due to my pilot skill. I was like, oh, okay, so like my pilot skill matters. I haven't yet, and I think it's probably because I haven't done the Vanguard missions or whatever that Tim's been talking about. I haven't ran into a ship that I cannot pilot, and I'm kind of curious if the game is gonna keep like those higher tier ships kind of away from me until I start that, or until I hit a certain level threshold kind of thing.
I've definitely found ships I can't pilot, and I've like almost bought ships I can't pilot. I unlocked a ship that's in my ship list that I can't pilot through a quest, and like it's unfortunate. Like I've boarded ships and been like, nope, your pilot skill is not high enough. Damn it! And I think it all comes down to the generator that's on there, because from what I can tell, some of the parts that I've equipped on my ship.
This fucking thing.
You.
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Oh. That thing's gross looking. I love how there's like just fuck off dinosaurs that have plant parts on them because alien.
I definitely found like a raptor-esque thing on one planet.
Yo, I found predatory ankylosaurs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they hunt in packs, and they're fast.
That's awesome.
They're covered in...
No, they're fast.
They're fast. It's terrifying.
That is a nightmare.
You know, one way I help get my unarmored up really fast is I fight these.
Does it count?
On the aliens to kill.
Yeah.
Your 100 people.
Yep.
Are you wearing something, Mikhail? I was wondering if you were catching them on fire with your fisticuffs.
Yeah, my
I asked
armor.
him the same thing.
So, here, I'll show you guys. Both past me now. So my space suit has a mirrored, so 40% chance to reflect attacks kind of thing. My pack has 5% chance to disarm nearby attackers, and then my helmet has 10% chance to ignite nearby attacker kind of thing. So
that's cool.
Hit me.
Yeah. So I need it. So this is another thing. Like I need to be able to get eventually to the spacesuit design, because there are way better suits that I could have, but I can't mod them properly or whatever to be better than what I have, like with this.
I kind of looked into.
Am I ever glad to see you? We need your help.
Early on, it was a deep stalker suit.
Has been stealing from us,
and it's like almost
running out of
DR 100 on everything.
We can really punch them.
Wow.
We need
minus
someone
15%
to
damage from guns and all this stuff. But
thank you.
I'm not wearing it now for aesthetic reasons because I'm wearing my Vanguard stuff. But like I got that thing at like level 6, and I'm like level 24 now, and I haven't found a suit that's replaced it. It's just been. Yeah. And it looks cool.
What level are you? Did you say you're level 26?
No. I got that one at level 6. I'm level 20.
Nothing wakes you up in the morning like the sounds of heavy
machinery. Yeah, you've leveled. So I think part of the reason why because I'm
Don't go getting
I got like
yourself
7 or 8
killed or
hours
anything.
less than you. But the reason why I think I'm so much further behind you is because I don't know, mate, and this is just, I'm assuming.
What level are you, Cody?
Don't touch
I'm 19
anything.
now. I was 18 when we started the stream. But you get a lot of experience for just straight up doing the mission, like the main, like the Crimson Fleet quest or the main story quest or whatever.
I have 43.7 hours in the game, but I've been doing a lot of like quests and bounty missions and stuff. I love doing the bounty missions. You can join the bounty hunter stuff and like.
Oh yeah, the trackers.
Oh my god, I love doing that. That makes you. I think Justin. I think you said something about Series Boba Fett vibes earlier today.
Yeah,
I think it's literally. I get Series Boba Fett vibes from doing the bounty missions. So I'll go to a planet. There's like a Crimson Fleet Corsair or a Spacer or an Eclipse Merc or whatever. They got their whole base. I jetpack in. Like, it's
Orbit locked.
I love this game.
Ooh, you just
There's so many things that I can do that I just can't do in other games. Like, there is no other game where I can go to a planet and be a bounty hunter right now. Where I get to fly there, get out of my ship, go on foot, hunt somebody down, fuck them up.
I mean, yeah, you're not. I mean, probably No Man's Sky is the only close.
There's no bounty hunting system in No Man's Sky.
I would be surprised if there's not at this point, if I'm being honest.
There's not.
There's not.
Is there not?
I wish there was. So No Man's Sky has a lot of similarities with this game, and I understand the comparisons, and my son even makes them all the time. He sees me playing Starfield, he goes, "Dad, are you playing No Man's Sky?" While he's playing No Man's Sky. I'm like, "No, buddy, I'm playing Starfield." He goes, "Oh." He literally, he was like, "So what is Starfield?" And I was explaining it to him. He goes, "So it's like if they took Fallout, and what's that game with the dragons you play?" I go, "Skyrim." He goes, "Okay, and Skyrim?" I'm like, "Yep." And he goes, "And you put them with No Man's Sky, but a little different?" And I go, "Yeah, man, you kind of, you got it, kiddo." He goes, "Oh, you like those games, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I see why you've been playing nothing but this."
Son just straight up.
Which is not true. I'm still playing Armored Core, thank you.
Yeah, when's Mortal Kombat come out?
A few weeks. I still need to beat Baldur's Gate. I would like to clarify something, by the way.
Baldur's Gate. That's just.
I will eventually. Baldur's Gate is probably, like, if I was picking a game for Game of the Year right now, I'm going to say Baldur's Gate is going to win, and I would pick Baldur's Gate over this, frankly, because it did so much. But this is probably what I will spend the most time on.
So I will say Baldur's Gate is still number 2 right now with over 300,000 people. As of like 10 minutes.
Number 2 most played on Steam.
Yeah, as of like 10 minutes before the stream started.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky. Fuck, we were talking about No Man's Sky. Starfield is 4th with like 260 or 2. So
that's not including today's numbers, by the way. It's release day, so like.
Also, Xbox numbers.
No, that's the Steam charts numbers, I'm assuming.
That's what I'm saying, is there's so many more people playing just on Xbox.
That, but also, this is the 24-hour peak.
Oh, I didn't know. I was looking at people who were playing right now.
No, so if you go by current players, like, I don't think it... I think there's a delay there, because I don't see... I went to Steam charts right now. I don't see Starfield listed in the top 10. Which doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, either way, Baldur's Gate is going to have way higher numbers on Steam charts than this will.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm on Steam DB.
Well, I mean, the Steam charts for early access last week had it at like 265, and Baldur's Gate's only, you said it's at 350 right now?
340.
This is going to eat into it. Do I think this is going to hit like 900,000 like Baldur's Gate did? No, probably not, but you might get 6 or 7.
I don't know. I don't know if you'll get 6 or 7. I'd be really surprised with how divisive the reviews have been, kind of thing, especially from like the major outlets. I would be surprised if...
Bro, is 88 out of 100 for OpenCritic and Metacritic? Is that what we're considering divisive?
It's, I mean, it is this year in particular, because an 88 in general is not bad, right? I'm not trying to say it is, but when you've had like multiple 90 level, like 90s games come out this year, like Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that, like it seems lesser. But my overall point is not really that. It's more when IGN and GameSpot and I forget who else, they all rated it a 7 out of 10, and you got people like taking victory laps saying it's not that good in like the game's media and that kind of thing. Like, I mean, that's just kind of like it is a little divisive. So I would be surprised if it hit like 700,000-800,000 or whatever. If it hit 4 or 5, I wouldn't be as surprised, kind of thing. But it's just, I don't know. But I've also seen things like there's that website that tracks like it like scrapes data to see everybody who's playing, kind of thing, like across the web or something like that. And they said there's like over a fucking million people playing it already. Like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. That's the problem with Xbox not releasing their stuff.
Yeah.
It was PC Gamer, GameSpot, and IGN.
Okay, yeah. So, and those are all like, as much as we may collectively not really like IGN these days and this and the other thing, those 3 publications are huge in the gaming.
Yeah, it's those 3, and Game Informer is still, even though GameStop is doing everything it can to run that business into the ground, Game Informer still has a lot of sway.
Right. So I think people are going to listen to those game reviews because until recently, right? Like, I think it's fair to say, like, especially after Redfall, like, it was okay to be hesitant and skeptical about any game that Xbox is really pumping up that wasn't named Forza at this point. You know? Yeah. So I do hope that it gets that kind of traction though, because I think it does deserve to be a highly played game. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I think
it's very accessible too. I mean, just get Game Pass and try it.
Yeah.
They cannot have gotten far.
I think there are things about Starfield that it will win awards for, but I don't think Game of the Year is one of them. I think at the Game Awards, you might... Soundtrack. Can we talk about its fucking soundtrack?
It does have a really good soundtrack.
The music's really good.
It's so good. And I'm not surprised because the composer, he's the guy who does the Elder Scrolls soundtracks. He's the guy who does the Fallout soundtracks. Like, he does really
the Bethesda guy.
Yeah, he's a Bethesda guy. Well, like, my God. Or wait, did he do the Elder Scrolls? Who did the Elder Scrolls?
I don't know.
Is it in
No clue.
he definitely did Fallout and Starfield. Did he do?
Oh, damn it, dude.
No, he didn't do Elder Scrolls. That's Jeremy's tool. Okay, but still, like, Bethesda always does really good music in their games. But holy shit, like, it hits right.
Yeah, it does.
Why is the healing gel thermal paste?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So much of it looks like thermal paste.
My health is just disappearing.
Grenades out. My arm.
See all that fucking orange bar? Like, why isn't that healing even though I'm using... I don't understand.
What?
So if I'm here on my main status, it has the protection symbol and... Was that bleed? That might be bleed.
You know, you can press Y to figure that out, right?
See, it's not showing up when I hit Y.
Status effects, press A. Wait.
I'm on status effect. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's not great.
No.
It's definitely right there. It is not right there on the right-hand side like it's supposed to be.
Right.
Maybe it is bleed then.
I'm hoping it's bleed. Because I don't know what the fuck else it's gonna be. It's got a little...
They'll mod that in.
It probably...
Have you used the help menu? By the way, the help menu is goddamn crazy big.
There's a help menu?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. It tells you stuff that it definitely doesn't tell you in tutorials in the help menu.
I'm just using shit now. Am I bugged? Nope.
Oh, there.
Thank God.
Little debuff.
Fucking health back. It's those lasers, man.
Push up and break through.
Really enjoyed the first laser rifle I found, just looking just like the fucking laser rifle from Fallout. Big square fucker.
Oh yeah. It does. I haven't really used any of the lasers, if honestly.
I use it sometimes. Right now I'm using a Lawbringer that does... I found a crazy good Lawbringer. So it's
What's a Lawbringer? Okay.
Yeah, it's the basic ones are pretty powerful. The one that I have does 248 physical damage.
Damn, that's a fuck ton.
It has a 12-round magazine, which normally it's 6, but it has an extended mag that does double. It does rapid fire, which is plus 25% attack speed. And it has a recon scope, which gives me like predator vision. Like I can literally see enemies through walls with it.
I have something like that. Hold on.
The only thing is,
sounds sweet.
It's really annoying. I love the recon scope because I can know where things are, but it's really annoying because sometimes you can't tell that you're looking at it through cover.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. So like sometimes I can't tell if I'm looking at them through cover or not.
Right.
If I'm far enough away, which is often because I'm using a scope.
Yeah, it seems like there's like quite the wide variety of weapon mods.
Yeah.
I haven't done the crafting at all. Have you guys messed with the crafting?
Yeah, I've tried to, but the problem is, once again, the game just keeps giving you more to do as you level up. Because like you start out, you'll start out with a larger research tree than I did because you started out as a chef, which gave you like the gastroeconomic or whatever skill. You'll have a research bench in the frontier.
Yeah, I do.
Right, and you'll be able to research more things than I can in that food category, right? But like you need to get the skills that correlate with those research things to research more stuff. So like if you want to do weapon mods, you have to get whatever skill that is and then upgrade that skill kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's kind of annoying.
It is kind of annoying being locked out of a skill. Like you can't even stealth unless you get the stealth skill. Like crouch, you can crouch, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Why is this guy on the ground?
Which was very strange to me.
I'm wounded.
Oh, stealth was like one of the first skills I took.
Oh, for sure. We know how you play these games.
Why the fuck is this dude just falling down?
I'm trying to get a picture that kind of puts it in scale as to how big I've made the frontier and how different. It doesn't even look like the same ship. I wish you could rename your ship, because I would definitely name it. I can rename it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember how, but I've definitely have the option.
See what I mean? I learn something new every 2 seconds about this. Oh, by the way, I gave myself a Varun background. So, I had somebody tell me that they haven't had a lot of dialogue options pop up based on their damn thing. But I've had quite a few pop up because I picked Varun and Soldier. So I get a lot of options to, like, say shit that's, well, based on my time in the service or whatever, or, like, all of a sudden I'm talking about the Great Serpent. It's kind of great.
Ooh, cool.
Fisty I've seen a Maroon Zealot wear that type of suit before. That's interesting.
No, but it's probably a oh, once. Oh,
it's gotta be a legendary.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be. That's not what I want. Nope.
I love how they're punching you. Like, well, you're like, no, you're gonna fight me like this.
Yeah.
I disarmed them. So.
There we go.
Not legendary, motherfucker.
Trash.
Oh, that was the person I was going to kill. Don't you dare kill me.
That explains it.
I launched the game and I keep stopping to watch this.
He's like, I could play the game.
Oh my god, that gun.
Or I could watch someone play the game.
I feel like this is probably going to be one of those games, just like how Baldur's Gate is kind of like a water cooler game. Like, oh, I had this weird thing happen. Oh, I had this weird thing happen.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, that was funny. I threw that landmine in there, and then it's just like, it's a little too close.
Oh, shit.
That's probably, you know what, that's probably a good point to end the stream. It's almost
it's getting late.
So, but this is Starfield. It's a good fucking game. If you don't believe me, just get Game Pass, download it, play it, have a good fucking time.
It's worth it.
Easy.
It's worth it. It's, $15, and if you don't like it, it's just like renting a game from Blockbuster. At that point, you just fucking killed the subscription.
Yeah.
A little bit more expensive than Blockbuster used to be, but hey, it is what it is. So
now's a great time to try it too, because Sea of Stars is on Game Pass. So if you don't like Starfield, I bet you're gonna like that game.
Yeah, that game is the completionist's current game of the year for him.
Sea of Stars is on.
Yeah, dude.
It is on Game Pass. Forgot. Which is, if I wasn't playing Starfield, I might be playing that right now. Honestly, that or Baldur's Gate.
It is such a good year for games.
Yes, absolutely.
I saw a take the other day. I completely agree with this. People need to so, people talk about 2007 like, oh, it was one of the best years for gaming and we should have appreciated it when we had the chance. Like, can we just appreciate this year now? Because we're not going to get another year like this for a good long time.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Don't disagree. What the fuck is it? Oh, that's why it's doing. Damn. Anyways.
I need to find a settlement. Do you know, Cody, before you go, do you know of where I can unload contraband without getting scanned that's not the Crimson Fleet?
No, not yet.
I accidentally
you need to join the Crimson Fleet, do that, and then get some shielded cargo, and then worry about the rest of the Crimson Fleet stuff later. It's the only way I know of to get shielded cargo right.
I had like 70K worth of contraband.
Well, buddy, it looks like you're going to jail. You know what you need to do? Make an outpost and make or something like that. Make an outpost and stick something there if you can.
Yeah, I probably should.
If you got that much, I've never had that much all at once. So
I picked it all up at the same time. It's just 16K worth items, and I won't sell them for that much, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I don't know, but anyways, with our goofy, I'm just gonna go back to the gaming scene. With our goofy ass fucking shit I had going on there, that's been Starfield. We'll probably still be playing Starfield next week and the week after that, and probably to the end of the year. This or Baldur's Gate. Maybe some Sea of Stars sprinkled in by Justin.
A lot of good games to play.
There is. Plenty of things to keep you busy all the way until next year. And probably a little bit into next year. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours that are just waiting to be played. So, but yeah, we will be back next week. Probably not with a 2-hour stream. And hopefully we won't have as many technical difficulties like we did at the beginning of this one. So, anyways,
sorry.
We love you. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.